Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is M West with Tech Attack, and today I'll be talking about why you should or shouldn't be getting the iPad 2. If you have an iPad 1, should you upgrade to the iPad 2? I want to start off by talking about some of the features of the new iPad 2. Some of the new features are going to be front-facing cameras and rear-facing cameras. So now you're able to do FaceTime, you're able to take pictures. They're saying that you're able to record in 720p, so you'll be able to get HD footage with your iPad. But for me, holding a device that big, it feels a little cumbersome to take a picture, but the screen is really big, so you'll get some really nice pictures out of it. If you have an iPhone already, there's a lot of apps that are integrated that can communicate between your iPhone and your iPad. So I'm not really missing this feature. I don't think I really need it. And also, if you have any MacBook computers, you do have FaceTime chat on that as well. So again, not a really big feature, something that I'm not really impressed with. The next feature is a display mirroring. I think this is a pretty cool feature, and you'll be able to do it on the iPad 1 as well. They didn't talk about that in their press conference, but I did a little research and a little more digging, and I found out that you'd be able to do this. And what it is, it's a cable that plugs into your iPad, and then it has two separate ports. It's going to have a HDMI port, and then it's going to have a port that you can plug up your standard 32-pin iPad cable to, so that you can charge it. And what it's going to do is just going to mirror display from any iPad or iPhone or any iOS device that you have to a TV screen. So now if you're a teacher, if you're doing unboxings, or if you're reviewing apps, you'd be able to place that on a bigger screen and talk about it more. So I definitely see how that could be helpful. I'm definitely interested in that feature. The new iPad 2 comes in black and white. The white color doesn't look that fantastic to me. I really like the black color. The black color looks sleek. One thing that I wanted to mention is, how come Apple never gives you black headphones to match your black iOS or Apple devices? That's really interesting. I wish they would give me black headphones so that everything matches, because I always have this dark device and then a white headphone sticking out of it, which is a little weird. But anyway, so I don't think the colors are going to do it for me. It is 33% lighter. I usually, when I'm using my iPad, I'm usually laying down, or I'm sitting down, or I'm relaxing somewhere, so I don't really feel like the weight makes a big difference for me. My iPad, I keep it in a pretty thick leather case, so I don't have to worry about dropping it or messing it up. Maybe for your wife, or maybe if you take the iPad around with you a lot, maybe the lightness could be, or it might feel a little bit better for you. But again, it's not a feature that I'm really looking forward to. It doesn't grab me. It's not the number one feature. Also, the new iPad 2, it's 2 times faster and 9 times better in graphics, and it also has a gyroscope. And a gyroscope is for certain games. When you move the iPad in certain directions, it picks that up and translate that into the game, and now you're actually kind of moving the pad. So if you move left in maybe a racing car game, or you hold your iPad to the left, it will turn left, and if you hold it to the right, it would go right. The iPad 1 is pretty zippy to me, in my opinion. I have no problems with lag with it. Games run just fine. Having a new iPad be so much faster, I find it hard to believe. Even if it is much faster, the normal iPad 1 is really zippy, so I don't think it's going to be a big problem for me. If the iPad was slow or any of those things. The next feature is the magnets feature. Now that's really interesting, because a lot of people are amazed by it, and some people in the tech community are completely just, oh, this is old. BlackBerry phones and cases have been doing this. I think it's a pretty neat feature. It's an interesting way of protecting your iPad. But again, I'd like a full case on my iPad when I'm using it around the house, or if I take it with me in my backpack or something. I like the case to fully protect it, and I don't think that case or that cover would do it for me. I think they're selling that cover for $39 for the normal version, and then I think $69 for the leather version. I think they look pretty cool, but again, I much rather the cases. Let's talk a little bit about pricing. So the iPad 1 now is $399, which I think is a hell of a deal. And iPad 2 is starting at $499. And there's going to be a lot of tablet devices that are coming out. And I think at the price that the iPad is now, I think that's an excellent selling price point. And I don't think too many other manufacturers are going to be able to beat it. For me, I feel like the iPad 2 is like iPad 1.5, and I know you guys heard that all over the internet on a lot of tech blogs, but for me it feels like it's a small stepping stone and not the latest greatest thing, so I'm gonna actually hold off on it. I honestly can't recommend getting an iPad 2 unless you don't own an iPad 1 already. If you already own an iPad 1, I'd wait for the iPad 3 because we're already hearing some rumblings in the tech community about iPad 3 coming out and it having some really cool features, maybe it having the new Thunderbolt that's integrated into the MacBook Pros, and who knows what else. It might have a Retina display, a giant Retina display that's affordable. So things like that might make the iPad 3 more appealing. And we know that Apple always have their refreshes every year, it seems like. If you don't have an iPad and you desperately want one, then I'd say go for the iPad 2. It's quicker, it's lighter, it's new. I think it's a decent buy if you don't already own an iPad, but I think a lot of people who are going to get an iPad have already purchased them or purchased one. And then along with that being said, there's a lot of other tablet devices that are coming out, and I don't see any of them overtaking the iPad or being better. Like the Motorola Zoom, I wasn't too excited about that. I definitely like the honeycomb. I like the different features that it has on it, but again, once you have an Apple device and you get everything integrated together, your Apple TV, your MacBooks, your phones, your iPad, all of those things integrated together and can communicate with each other, Apple almost seems unstoppable. And if Google and Android and Zoom and all those different things start to talk to each other a little bit more, I think that stuff would become more appealing. But I think some of the newer tablet devices are for some of the tech savvy, the early adopters, for them to try out. But for the most part, I think that everybody who's gotten an iPad has already had one, and I shouldn't go out trying to get any other tablet. I'd probably sit back for a while, maybe till next year, and watch how this tablet war goes down. And during the holiday season, you'll see it get really crazy, and then next year around this time, you wish you would have waited. And that's just my opinion. You guys can post some comments below or video response to this. Let me know what you guys are thinking about the iPad 2 or iPad 1. Are you guys going to make the purchase? Are you guys going to pick up a new iPad 2? Are you guys going to buy a refurbished iPad 1? Are you just going to buy the normal iPad 1? Are you selling your iPad 1? What are you guys doing with it? Well, thanks for checking out this video, and again, this is M West with Tech Attack. You guys have a good one. Peace.